Hi, it's Taylor Menkens, SPU Women's Soccer.
Taylor, your team finished up the non-conference portion of the schedule with 2 games down in San Diego. First off, you got an overtime result against host Point Loma. Talk about that game.
That game was just honestly a physical battle throughout the game. We obviously started off with a bit of difficulties without our jerseys, and then we got them in the second half. We switched to maroon, and we were able to get our subs in there and just move it around a little and get some people breaks, which was nice. And then it ended up going into overtime, and towards the end of it, Soph had an amazing outside shot, and I was far post running, just following it up, and I honestly thought it was going in. I saw it hit the post, and then the goalie was going to get it, and it came back and hit the goalie off her chest, and I think it may have hit the post again, and I just saw it bounce out, and I saw the goalkeeper was out of position too, so I ran and I kind of shielded her, and then I heard Claire running in and calling for the ball, and I just gave her a little flick, and then she was able to head it in. And it was just amazing. So
it was a brilliant pass. I was curious if you were aware Claire was there, or if you were just trying to get it to the middle of the goal.
I heard her in the back calling for it, and I just gave her a little pass and hoped the best. I mean, I saw her making the run up, and I just tried to get it in the middle towards where she was making her run.
Yep. Well, your team has played 6 games now. Yes. 3 of them have gone into overtime, and all 3 ended with golden goals. And unfortunately, a lot of extra time you guys are playing, especially in the heat. You had 2 overtime games. How was that?
It was difficult, but honestly, as we kept playing, I felt like we were able to get used to it as time went on. I mean, the heat was obviously very strong and hard to play in, but over time we were able to get used to it, and I felt we had a lot of energy when we'd go into overtime, and we were really excited to go into it and just finish strong.
You drew a start in that game. That was against Cal Poly Pomona, and played the full 90 in regulation. Your team had to play a person down due to a red card early about midway through the first half. How did your team manage to get to overtime at 1-1, playing down 1?
It was honestly coming from our bench to on the field, just everybody encouraging each other, and communication was a really important role in that game, and just us talking, and our defense-wise, we had to make sure we were all finding our positions because we always had a player open, so we'd have to really make sure we shifted over and just had a man and really just worked with each other, and it was just everybody putting in as much effort as they could.
That was a remarkable effort by that team. Unfortunately, didn't get the result. Golden goal went against you in the second minute of overtime. But now you dive into GNAC play.
Yes.
Your thoughts, you start on the road at Northwest Nazarene on Thursday and then St. Martin's on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I haven't gone to Northwest Nazarene yet because last year we had them at home, but I'm really excited just to go play them at their home field and hopefully get a win on the road and then get another win on Saturday on the road too.
That's great. Your team, now this is your second year in the program. How are you feeling different about just your comfort level in your play versus your freshman year?
I think overall I just feel a lot more confident this year, and I'm a lot closer with all the girls, and I think that is one of our main things is how close our team is. We're just, I know RB says it a lot, but we're like a family, and I feel like that's very important to go out on the field and feel comfortable with one another and be able to play and respect each other on and off the field.
Great. This week we'll add 2 more games to your road trip. It'll be 4 straight on the road. How difficult is that to play back-to-back road trips like that?
Honestly, I mean, the fact that we're traveling together and everybody's going through it, I feel like we just kind of have to go off of each other and our energy and just stay focused and know that we're going to have to play on the road, but it's going to be okay and we're going to fight through it. And sometimes it's difficult going to other opponents, but overall it's just nice having each other and playing with each other and just winning together.
Why don't you tell the viewers, what position do you play out on the field?
I normally play holding midfield, which is right in front of the center backs, and sometimes I get moved up to attacking midfield, but it just kind of varies game to game.
A lot of coaches say that holding mid may be the most important position on the field, doesn't get as much attention from fans perhaps. What is it you do in that spot?
It's just finding spaces in front of the center backs when they're trying to play it up and just kind of getting in through those gaps and honestly getting the ball, playing it to another person, getting it back and playing it to another person, and you really want to help switch the field and get it to different sides just to really move the other opponent's defense and get the ball moving and kind of disorganize them.
Great. And how about your defensive responsibilities?
Defense responsibility is really important to help the center backs and kind of shield the forwards up top, just so it makes it harder to find the forwards. And then you're also staying with the attacking midfielder, and normally they're pretty crafty, they're attacking midfielders, so you kind of have to just be prepared and really physically battle in there. And a lot of it is winning headers too. So.
Yep, excellent. Well, you did a very nice job down in San Diego
Thank
on
you.
that, particularly playing the full 90
Thank you.
on Saturday in warm weather. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
I'm from Portland, Oregon, so home of the Timbers.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that.
Yeah.
You're in Seattle Sounders
Yes.
country up here, territory. What's that like being in, so to speak, enemy territory?
It's a little different. I mean, specifically when they play each other, it's interesting because a lot of the team up here is for the Sounders and I'm for the Timbers. But we have a few Portland people up here, so have a little bit of a group, which is nice.
You've been to some Timbers games
Yes.
down there. What do you like about that atmosphere?
I just love the atmosphere. The Timbers Army is really amazing, and just how loud they get. And I really feel like they help the Timbers team kind of get amped. And whenever they score a goal, it's amazing to see them cut off the piece of wood. A lot of people don't like that here, but...
Yeah. That's
I mean,
Timber
I
Jim the
personally-
Lumberjack,
Yeah,
yes.
I personally like that, and then they kind of like have green smoke that goes around, and it's just like amazing to be part of that.
That is a terrific rivalry, and we've
Yes.
got some great rivals here in the
Yeah.
GNAC that you'll face later this season. What are you majoring in?
Business right now, yeah.
Great. Any idea what you want to do long range with that?
No, I haven't really decided yet, but both my parents are in business, so I just know kind of a little bit about it.
Great. And why did you decide to come to Seattle Pacific?
I personally loved the size of the school. I went to a small Catholic school myself when I was in high school, and I felt like it was very similar to that. So I love the sizes of the classes, and I also have family up here. And obviously, when I visited and saw the soccer team, I just felt connected and felt at home.
Perfect. Great. Well, Taylor, thanks so much for your time, and good luck on the road this
Thank you.
week.